The following is a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and entertainment in Fairfield and Westchester counties. From the new softball field at Ridgefield High School on a less than ideal day, it's high school softball on the HAN Network. And with Dan Gardella, I'm Rob Adams. A good afternoon to you one and all today. The Ridgefield Tigers at 9-4, 6-3 in the FCIAC host the St. Joseph Cadets 11-1, 9-0 in the conference. We'll introduce the starting lineups as we go along, but we are just about ready for first pitch. Not surprising, this being softball, of course, you can pitch the same pitcher every day, and thus we're going to see Nicole Williams for St. Joseph opposed by Kaylee Westington. And Dan Gardella, long time no speak, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you too, Rob.
We have a quick moment to give you an idea of the starting lineups for the Cadets. Dan, you want to go through them?
All right.
Go for it.
Leading off is the center fielder, Hannah Hutchinson. Batting second, the second baseman, Hannah Arico. Batting third, pitcher Nicole Williams. In the cleanup spot, first baseman, Melissa Bike. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Kayla Giacobbe. Batting seventh, the catcher, Giovanna Hillman. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Caitlin Capobianco, Batting ninth, the left fielder, Lauren Blos. And batting 10th, the third baseman, Elena Ball.
And we are ready to go. Westington looks in. First pitch on the way. A called strike in the outside corner, and we are underway. No balls, one strike. First pitch, 4-0-4. Hutchison, left-handed batter. The center fielder. In at the corners, and the pitch on the way. She swings and misses. No balls and two strikes. Anything but ideal. Rain in the area. Some raindrops falling. In fact, I got one on my glasses as we speak. 50 degrees at first pitch, the 0-2. Checked her swing, fouls it back. It stays 0-2. Of course, slow pitch softball, quite often a foul is a strike. You're out. This is not slow pitch softball. But I'm just remembering those days of glory. The 0-2 pitch on the way. They stay in at the corners, and she just saws it off and sends it out toward the parking lot, and a very nice little car that sits out there. It's still 0-2.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm hoping I don't have any balls in my windshield as I walk out today.
Would be preferred. Still an 0-2, nobody out. Checked her swing, fouls it off again. So hanging on, and pitch number 6 of the at-bat coming up. On hand today, besides Dan and I, Eric Gendron directing with A.J. Simonowski, Tim Murphy, J.B. Cousins, Josh Fisher, and Marty Hersom. Still an 0-2 pitch on the way, and here it comes. That's low, 1 ball, 2 strikes, scooped out in the dirt. Defensively for Ridgefield, Mallory Shofi in left, Ryan Fujitani in center, Jacqueline Nadell around in right will set the rest of the defense with Kendall Rogoff at third, Sydney DeBarco at short, Megan Hyatt at second, Amanda Kelly at first, and the pitch is fouled off once again. That clanked off something, and it's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gwen Ellis behind the plate, and Kaylee Westington on the mound. And for many of us who have our cars parked over there, we'd like to see Hutchison get this at-bat over with. The 1-2. Through the left side, that'll be a base hit. Nice job of hitting by the leadoff batter, Hannah Hutchison. So 1 on, and nobody out. It'll bring up Hannah Arico.
Good at-bat for Hutchison. She spoiled off a couple of tough pitches there, and she finally was a little late on it, but worked just the same as she poked it in the left field.
Hannah wearing number 12 in the left-handed batter's box. The 2 Hannahs at the top of the order for Jeff Babineau, who, of course, came on Nutmeg Sports yesterday. An outstanding guest. He is coaching over at third. Again, in at third, and the pitch is low. Runner stays put. It's 1-0. This facility still a little dug up in spots, some tracks behind from continuing work here. Pitch on the way. Took a look at it. It's low. And it's a ball and a strike. A runner off first. And the pitch. That missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. No score, top of the first. Westington brings it home. Missed again, 3 balls and 1 strike.
I believe that was ball 4 there.
Yeah, I thought it was ball 4, but the home plate umpire's ball call could sound like a strike, and to be honest with you, I had the initial pitch called as a ball, but I relied on the scoreboard, which, it happens. Now Nicole Williams, right-handed hitting pitcher with runners off first and second in the first inning and nobody out. Williams stands ready to hit. Takes a pitch on the inside corner, a called strike at the knees, 0-1. And that's something you have to learn every umpire's cadence. You could see it there. He not only called the strike, but put the arm up.
But very, very late there.
Yes. Westington brings it home. Bounced foul and quickly in the hole. Third base side, 0-2. One blemish on the season for the Cadets so far this year as the pitch is on the way. That misses inside. Runners stay put. It's 1-2. To Notre Dame, I believe of Lawrenceville, New Jersey, if I saw that correctly, it was a 5-0 loss. The 1-2. Lifted foul and heading toward the bullpen. Didn't quite twist that far. Twisted right into the grandstand area, so they'll return that ball to the field, and it stays 1-2. Indeed, in high school, please return those foul balls. Kids, of course, want those, they want to take the foul ball as a souvenir, but you can't. You only have a certain number of baseballs or softballs at your disposal at every game. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Misses inside. And it's 2-2. Not the start that Westington had in mind given the opposition. 2-2. Fouled straight back. And the count stays 2-2. There is a fence that goes in right field, runs straight all the way out to center field. The 2-2 pitch on the way. On the inside corner at the knees and a called strike 3. A big first out for Westington as Williams is spun around looking, and it'll bring up Melissa Bike, the first baseman. And I'll tell you what, Dan, they are going to do everything in their power to keep this game moving today. This is not a day to be messing around with the rain on the way.
No, you can't mess around with a good amount of rain coming in awfully soon.
Pitch is short-hopped and grabbed at the plate by Ellis. 1 ball, no strikes. We had Dave Schultz on Nutmeg Sports earlier today, the athletic director down at Fairfield Ludlow, and he was explaining what a nightmare it is from an athletic director's point of view. The 1-0. Swung on, she went around. 1 ball, 1 strike. You could tell she tried to hang up, but Bike went all the way around, and it's a ball and a strike. It's a headache for coaches. It's a headache for athletic directors. It's a headache for umpires and a lot of other ancillary people as well, the 1-1. Saw it off and down the right field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 down, runners off first and second. No score, top of the first. Time called now. So the umpires will keep things moving. Don't take a lot of breaths between pitches. Get right back on the mound and get in the batter's box and keep her going. They want to get this game in. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Low, inside, 2-2. Runners, of course, stay put. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Lifted foul and back behind the plate out of play. It stays 2-2. They will, however, they have raised the funds for it. They will have a portable fence that will stretch around the left field side here. So that will be coming. Now the 2-2. Fouled again. That'll pinball back behind home plate. It'll stay 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. 1 out, 2 on, no score. Top of the first in Ridgefield. Here it comes. That's a called strike 3, and down goes Bike, 2 away. Back-to-back caught looking, and there's 2 down in the St. Joseph first. It'll bring up Kayla Jacoby, the shortstop. So some good pitching there by Westington. 2 down now for the right-handed hitter. She waits, takes a called strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Be a huge jump for Westington to get out of this pickle. Pitch on the way. That's upstairs. Runners danced, but no advance. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hutchison led off with a single through the left side, then Erico came up and walked. Since then, Williams has been caught looking, and Bike was sent back to the bench as well. Swung on and missed. Runners stay put. It's 1-2. She is a strike away from getting out of this mess.
On 3 straight strikeouts as well.
If she can pull it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, top of the first. She did it. 3 strikeouts to finish off the top of the first inning. Nice pitching by Kaylee Westington. No runs, a hit, a walk, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's St. Joseph 0, Ridgefield coming to bat. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Had a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or go to coastalorthoexpress.com. That's coastalorthoexpress.com. Like them on Facebook.
You are watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. Nearly 500,000 viewers enjoyed our broadcasts in the first 5 months. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Jessica Murrin, Advertising Director, at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Welcome back to Ridgefield. All right, let's deal with the first piece of information that AJ just gave us. The clank I heard at one point, yup, that was mine.
Now,
oh, well.
I'm kind of glad I parked a little to the right of you, so and a little farther back, so let's just hope that none get spoiled off over there anymore.
30 pitches in that top of the first inning for Kaylee Westington. We go to the bottom of the first inning now with the lineup for the Ridgefield Tigers. How about Dan Gardella? Give it to us.
All right. Leading off, we have the second baseman, Megan Hyatt.
Megan Hyatt, yep.
Megan Hyatt. Second is the center fielder, Ryan Fujitani. Batting third, the third baseman, Kendall Rogoff. In the cleanup spot, the first baseman, Amanda Kelly. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Cindy DeMarco. Batting seventh, the designated player, Kylie Formiasano. Batting seventh, and pitching, Kaylee Westington. Batting eighth and catching, Gwen Ellis. Batting ninth and playing left field, Mallory Shofi. And rounding out the lineup, the right fielder, Jacqueline Nadell.
On to the bottom of the first. And the fantastic Nicole Williams brings her first pitch home. It's a called strike in the inside corner, 0-1. The HAN Network did softball last year, and it was St. Joseph Trumbull that we decided to do to get our coverage going in our softball game. Here's Williams' pitch. This is fouled back, 0-2.
If I do remember, a certain somebody jinxed a certain something else.
I jinxed nothing, as a matter of fact. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, no score last of the first. Williams did take pitch on the way. Misses. 1-2. Initially had a perfect game going. Took a no-hitter into the 7th.
First pitch, first batter, bottom of the 7th, base hit to center field.
And it was over. I believe it was a double to be exact. This is lifted to the mound and grabbed by Williams, 1 out. Just a soft lineup, or liner rather. and there's one away. You don't often want to see the pitcher make that play, but in that spot, it's very harmless.
Slow fly ball, not too much running to get to the spot.
Now Ryan Fujitani, the center fielder, left-handed batter. And Williams brings it home. That's upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. But Williams was absolutely brilliant in that game last year, and she's been brilliant this year with a no-hitter and a perfect game to her credit so far. The 1-0 pitch. Missed it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Didn't really want to offer at it, but again, hard to control the bat when that ball is starting to rise up.
Especially as a slap hitter as you're going right at the ball.
1 ball, 1 strike. Now the pitch on the way. That's a called strike. At the belt, 1-2. Tim Murphy was telling me before the broadcast today that Ryan Fujitani, the granddaughter of the late Tom Fujitani, who we just lost about a month ago, the former Wilton High football coach. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying to slap at it. She misses it. 2 away for a strikeout for Williams.
Now stepping to the plate.
No score, bottom of the first.
Third baseman, Kendall Rogoff.
That'll bring up Kendall Rogoff, the third baseman, right-handed hitter. Facing the righty, Nicole Williams. And the pitch. Didn't find it. No balls, 1 strike. Quite a team that Jeff Babineau's got here, and you can see him coaching right in the background, just outside the dugout. She does get plenty of this and hammers it to deep left. That is over the head of the left fielder, Lauren Blows. Rounding second, heading toward third is Rogoff on her horse. She will slide at third with a triple. A 2-out triple. It'll bring up Amanda Kelly, the first baseman, but she tattooed that.
It looked like Williams took a little bit off on a changeup there, and she was not fooled. She drove it a couple feet over the left fielder Blows' head.
So now Amanda Kelly, right-handed hitter against the righty Williams, 2 out and 1 on. Pitch on the inside corner at the belt, and it's 0-1. What I liked about it was she waited. The patience by Rogoff to wait and then more or less golf it, but she got a lot of it, if not all of it. The 0-1. Fouled back to the screen, 0-2.
She saw the changeup coming out of Williams' hands, and she did a great job adjusting to it, and she put a lot of wood on that one.
A remarkable job there. To be able to see the ball like that, just well done. The 0-2. Runs up and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No score, bottom of the first in Ridgefield. I don't know that ball would have carried over the fence that they'll be installing here. I don't know how deep it will be for sure when they do it. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 out. Swung on and missed, and the inning does come to an end. She strikes out 2 in the inning, but the Tigers do get 1 base hit. They also strand it. After an inning here in Ridgefield, St. Joseph 0, Ridgefield 0. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
I think what makes ONS special is that it has everything that makes academic medicine great. We have the fellowship-trained specialists, but we still bring the style and type of medicine that's indicative of a community practice.
We are all trained in our area of interest and expertise, so our patients see a doctor who specializes in their particular injury.
I did have 2 consults with major New York City hospitals, but I just felt that the care was best here. I was treated like a rock star. The surgery exceeded any expectations that I had.
Hi, I'm Rob Adams with my good friend Donald Eng, and we're the home team for Nutmeg Sports, Monday through Wednesday at 2 o'clock right here on the HAN Network. We are the place for all things Connecticut sports, so come hang out with us on Nutmeg Sports. Don? They don't call him the best color man in the game for nothing. Nutmeg Sports, 2 o'clock, Monday through Wednesday right here on the HAN Network. Back in Ridgefield. A good half inning, all things considered. But, you know, you got to create a little bit of doubt in Nicole Williams' mind. And by getting that triple, I feel like you build a little confidence there if you're the Tigers.
It builds a lot of confidence because that ball was absolutely tattooed. It wasn't a little, bleeder and in the right field. It was a shot over the left fielder's head by a good distance. So it also puts a question into Williams' mind. Am I going to throw that changeup very often now? Because it seems like they do a pretty good job adjusting to it.
Westington ready to go. Second inning. A called strike flies in to Giovanna Hillman, the catcher. 0-1. No score. Second inning. Pitch. Bounces. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, I always check my weather app before, especially before a baseball game, but really any outdoor game, I tend to check the weather so I can report it to start. The app I looked at said no wind. No, that's not true. Low and inside, 2 balls and a strike. So I got to check another app.
What app said that?
I don't want to give it away, hurt anyone's feelings. Fly ball to right, going back, still back, tracking it. It's over the head of Nadell in right. On to second, now stopping and turning toward third and heading to third, safe. It gets away over there. So score it, a double and then an error on the delay to get the ball in.
You see Hillman didn't pick up third base coach Babineau. He was waving her on, but it took her a little while just to look at him and then make the turn to third.
That may seem like a tough scoring decision, but that's the way it goes as Hillman takes the double and the E9. And I hate it. See, this is why I work in pencil, Dan. I always, in case you screw up, you can erase it.
It's the beauty of pencils.
There are those, though, who will work, and it's fascinating to see. I've never embraced this, but there are those who keep score, and they will do it in multiple colors. They show up with just a row of colored markers.
For me, that would be just too difficult because you'd be using one pencil and then another play would happen so quickly you'd use the same pencil when you meant to use another pencil.
For me, I'm too much of a klutz. This short hops and gets back behind the plate, but no advance from third as Caitlin Capabianco, the right fielder, stands in. 1 ball, no strikes.
Also, another thing to note, courtesy runner for Hillman is number 7, Ariana Morton.
Now, time called. The umpires are going to confer. The one thing I'm wondering is, did the ball somehow hit her? But the official, the gentleman in blue, are talking it over. Now Jeff Babineau will get a few words. That conversation breaks up. And whatever it is, it's all resolved. Lauren Graywatts is the head coach of the Tigers. The wind out of the north at 5, gusting from the northeast at 12, according to app number 2. That's a called strike at the knees. 1-1.
Sounds a little bit more accurate.
That one also reporting 47 degrees here in Ridgefield. And thus I get the wry smile from one A.J. Simonowski, who wonders why I have so many apps on my phone. The 1-1 bounces, goes back to the fence, and it did indeed hit her, so she is on the hit by pitch. So runners at the corners and nobody out. It'll bring up Lauren Blues. Infield started to make their way in to talk to Westington to get back on the same page, but she and Ellis talked things over. She basically waved everyone back.
Probably talking about a possible steal of second base and what they would do.
I like the brief grin on the face of Ellis, and then that conversation breaks up. Ellis puts her mask back on, and of course all the fielders on the corners and behind the plate and pitching, of course, wear the masks. And the pitch on the way. Shows bunt, runner is going to go. They throw down to second and right back in. Well done by Hyatt. Lauren Blows standing at the plate. That's a ball and no strikes. Megan Hyatt, by the way, I have to tip my cap to her if I was wearing one. No score, second inning. Swung and missed. Runner stays put. Hyatt saw me lingering outside the dugout. She said, "Do you need a lineup?" I like that recognition.
True ball player.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Second and third for St. Joseph, second inning. Swung on and fouled off. 1-2. ball and 2 strikes. Westington dealing with trouble and a called strike 3. That's her 4th strikeout, and she has only retired hitters via the K. 1 away.
Looked like a high off-speed pitch there, just stunned her.
So now 2 on and 1 out for Elena Ball, a right-handed hitter. And the pitch to her, called strike at the knee. 0-1. And you kind of said it overall. For the most part, you're throwing fastball and a little bit of change of speed, maybe something with a tail. That's short hop by Ellis. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The thing that's different from baseball to softball, they have pitches that baseball wouldn't have. Like, for example, they have a rise ball where the ball rises, so it's different.
She swings and misses, didn't find that one, 1 and 2. And that's why, and we were talking about this kind of off the air, you can go with basically a singular pitcher throughout your season. A ball and 2 strikes with 1 out in a scoreless game. That bounces at the dirt, 2 and 2.
And especially if you have a really good pitcher, it's a big benefit to you.
Thus, you can say, here, Nicole, here's the ball. Go to the mound. Do your thing. The 2-2. Bounce back behind the plate. That's thrown down to first. They throw to home. Not in time. So they get the out at first. It becomes a strikeout 2-3. It's kind of a funky scoring thing. So the second out there, the run does score with Hillman coming down from third. That is basically the result of a wild pitch.
Great heads-up base running, though, seeing that they were going to throw to first.
As Hutchison swings and misses, she's 1 for 1. So no balls and a strike. Hutchison singled and was stranded.
Noticing that all the attention was turned to first, made a dash to the plate right as she released the ball.
Pitch on the way. That's low and outside, 1-1. So it makes you think, what would you have done? You know, the first base coach is saying, get here, get here. Would you just have let her take first? Because you knew that Hillman was going to break from third. So strategy-wise, what do you do in that spot? Hold that thought. Pitch on the way is a fly ball off first. Back to make the play, and the catch in foul ground is Amanda Kelly, and the inning comes to an end. We can discuss that as we head to the bottom of the second inning. It's a run for the Cadets. There was an error in the inning and 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the second inning in Ridgefield. 1-0 St. Joseph. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking, to a partner that makes small businesses feel big, where community comes first, where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver, where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well. With the 24-month Bank Well Smart CD, you can earn 1.25% APY and raise your rate and add to your CD.
I'm Kate Chaplinsky. Join us for Coffee Break, weekdays at 11 to get the latest Connecticut news, weather, high school sports, and more. News doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break on the HAN Network.
Bottom of the second inning, Sydney DeMarco, Kylie Formazano, and Kaylee Westington will hit here for the Ridgefield Tigers in the bottom of the second inning. A 1-0 lead for St. Joseph. Rob Adams, Dan Gardella at Ridgefield High School. So what do? You've got runners at second and third. You've struck out. The catcher has dropped the ball. Whether it's a wild pitch, pass ball, irrelevant at that point. Do you throw to first and take the chance of the runner coming from third? Do you throw and make the runner come from third and then wheel it and throw home? How do you play it?
I say what they did was probably one of the better things, because if you do hold it, that still leaves them with 1 out, bases, I believe bases loaded. So it's a toss-up right there.
Sydney DeMarco will lead things off, rolls it right back to Williams. Williams throws her out, 1 away.
But, I mean, in that case, you got it's pure adrenaline. You got coaches yelling, get to first. You have coaches yelling, get the ball. So I think in that play, second inning, it's just 1 run, take the out.
Here's Kylie Formazano, a right-handed hitter, the designated player today for Lauren Graywatts. Williams kind of contorts her body toward third and brings the pitch home 1-0. You'll see that the next time around as she brings it home. Of course, we've got the birdhouse cam in effect today, looking sharp. Now watch her turn the body just a little bit toward third as she holds the glove, then brings it back and cranks it home. It's low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Green light. Quick hands, green light.
She heads to the back of the mound, collects herself. With all the rain that has lingered around, the field a little muddy. The 2-0 lifted foul and out of play. Will it head down the hill? There is a hill back behind us. 2 balls and a strike.
No cars. No cars were hit.
I don't even want to think about it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now Williams' pitch. Sawed her off. It's foul. 2-2. We had a good chat about that whole play. It was fairly wild the way that all went down because of the wild pitch, and you have to put the wild pitch on it for the run to score. The 2-1 swung on and missed, and it was a 2-2, so she strikes out, strikeout number 3 for Williams. 2 down here very quickly. It'll bring up Kaylee Westington. By the way, with the error, that run in the first unearned. Westington will swing from the right side. And the pitch on the way to her. She rocks and misses. No balls and a strike. Some hitters get everything out of their swing, and Westington does that. It's a beautiful swing. Didn't catch up with it, though. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out, 1-0 St. Joseph. Last of the second in Ridgefield. Pitcher versus pitcher. Williams brings it home. Fouled off. With a big swing like that, you wonder if she will know to shorten up here with 2 strikes, or is that just her style? She's going to stay with it.
But another question is that changeup looming? I mean, it's probably one of Williams' biggest parts of success is just being able to go to such an off-speed pitch.
She did it and fouled it off. Took just enough of it, but Westington was ready for it. It stays 0-2. You can see that ball kind of nosing in a little bit.
And she did a good job adjusting just enough to fight it off.
Still no balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bottom of the second. That missed. Little hard to tell from this angle as we look through the fence whether it was in, out, up. But that definitely missed. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Williams gets it, figures it out, brings it home. Called strike 3, and the inning is over. She strikes out the side. She, too, has 4 strikeouts on the afternoon. Nothing across for the Tigers in the home half of the second inning. To the third we go. 1-0 St. Joseph over Ridgefield. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your time-saving local shopping destination for the best of spring. Find many of your favorite products, from great specials on everyday items to the freshest organic produce, artisanal cheeses, and grass-fed steaks. Chop off your knives to be sharpened. Grab a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers and stop in next door for a wine tasting. Plus, their personable staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. So stop in to Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street today, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
Alberto Londano Professional Painting, Wallpapering, and Carpentry has been serving Fairfield County for over 20 years. Based in Norwalk, Alberto takes pride in his work by offering you only the best quality service and products. Call Alberto today to get a free estimate and be one step closer to a new and exciting home makeover. 203-866-9635.
I'm John Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter, and I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN Network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
On to inning number 3 at Ridgefield High School. Hannah Erica will lead things off. Nicole Williams and Melissa Bike will follow. 1-0. And the pitch misses upstairs, 1-0. Westington gets it all figured out. Stands back on the rubber, now brings home a 1-0. She bunts and deadens it beautifully. The grab at third, they had no chance. No need to even try to throw that ball. It's a leadoff infield single.
A beautifully placed bunt by Erico right down the third base line, and there was no chance it was going to get foul. So great job by Erico laying that one down.
It'll bring up Nicole Williams, who struck out her first time. The right-handed hitter against the righty brings it home, and she tattoos it to left field. That will go well over the head of Shofi. She rounds second. On her horse and rounding third is Erico. Williams to third. She'll round it. She's going to walk home with a 2-run homer. It's a 3-0 game.
What a shot. If we thought the shot by Ridgefield was crushed, this one doubled it.
Absolutely golfed it to left, and a 3-0 game.
And it was a line drive shot, no high fly ball type thing. It was a high amount off the ground, but a shot nevertheless.
Nicole Williams with a beautiful shot to left and a 2-run homer. It's a 3-0 game. Time called to talk things over on the mound and see if the Tigers can get back on the same page now.
And the thing that St. Joe's does so well is they build a lead like this, and against a pitcher like Williams, it's hard to get any offense going. So Cadets are kind of riding high right now, feeling pretty good about themselves.
And a few smiles out there on that field. It'll bring up Melissa Bike. Sometimes you can't help but just acknowledge that you just, tip your cap and move on. Bike shows bunt, pulls it back, but it's a strike, 0-1. And that does bring up a conversation about the Cadets, something different versus a lot of other softball teams that we can note after the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Low and inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh Fisher said to me, do you notice anything different out there between the two uniforms? And amazingly, my brain worked and got it on the first try. The Cadets are wearing caps. The 1-1. Lifted foul and out of play first base side, up over the head of everyone, including Tim Murphy and A.J. Simonowski, 1-2.
I like the look, though. The caps are good. A plain white cap, goes with everything, basically.
It's not after Memorial Day yet. You can't wear white. The off-speed pitch is pushed foul first base side. Kick save and a beauty by the first base coach, and out into the outfield it goes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm just kidding, of course, but that is the old-fashioned rule. Don't wear white until Memorial Day. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out with Bike and Jacoby due up here. And now she brings it home. That misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So I agree with you. The caps are a nice touch. Nobody on following the Williams homer. And here it is. A soft line drive that's going to fall in for a base hit. Bike will round first and hold on. And it'll bring up Kayla Jacoby, who struck out her first time.
For Westington, it can get pretty dangerous. She's going right through the heart of this line. 3, 4, 5 coming up, and with nobody out, and she's been hit hard in this inning. She's got to buckle down and get some outs here.
A right-handed batter. 2 in the inning. Erico singled, and Williams the homer to left. The pitch. Fouled back, 0-1.
The Cadets aren't. They're pretty aggressive out there. They'll go out of their way swinging that first pitch if it's there. They're not. They can be patient, but if the ball's there, they're going to swing.
No balls, 1 strike. Kelly Westington back on the mound and brings it home. Misses low and inside. 1-1. Lacrosse tomorrow here on the HAN Network, and I am confident that broadcast will be on the air, the 1-1. Push to right, going back on it is Nadell. She'll put it away, no advance, 1 out. I'm confident because it's lacrosse. The weather will not impact it. It'll impact it, but not in the way of canceling the game. Friday, a little more tenuous. There is a Friday game to talk about. It'll bring up Giovanna Hillman, who doubled, went to third on an error, and then scored on a wild pitch. That's living fairly wildly. She's 1 for 1. The right-handed hitter takes a pitch low, 1-0. We are back in Ridgefield, but not here on Friday. I'd say we're about 3.5 miles from here on Friday, though I don't know that for a fact. Might even be 4, the 1-0. Misses upstairs, no throw. 2 balls and no strikes to Hillman. But weather, of course, once again in the offing for Friday with rain on the way, they say, but we still have 72 hours to go before that. The 2-0. Lifted high and foul and out of play, or 48. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Okay, 2 balls and a strike. West Hill meets Ridgefield at Governor's Park on Friday. The 2-1 misses 3-1. You know, I was going to say 4 miles, and Eric Gendron looked it up. It is 4 miles. I said 3.5.
Just round it up.
Yeah, exactly. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 in, 3-0. Pitch on the way. Line drive, and that is a foul ball down the left field line, 3-2. She got around on that one. The field at the back of the Ridgefield Playhouse does officially have 3 names. Governor's Park, Chicoly Field, and the old high school. It's listed as all 3. I tend to say Governor's Park just because it's the first one that comes to my mind.
Sounds fancy, too.
It does. Kind of like that. Here's the payoff pitch on the way with 1 out. That's a called strike 3. Now stealing second was Bike, but there are 2 away. Strikeout number 5. Correction, number 6. So 2 away, but strikeout number 6 for Westington. It'll bring up Capobianco, who was hit by a pitcher first time. She fouls it back, 0-1. Three runs on 4 base hits for St. Joseph. No runs on a hit for Ridgefield. So in case you want all that perfect game no-hitter drama, it's gone. This is lifted in back of third. It's a long run and a foul ball as DeMarco and Shofi both went to play it. 0-2. For Capobianco, she wants to keep the inning going. For Kaylee Westington, she wants to get out of this inning as soon as possible and see if they can create any offense against Nicole Williams. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 out. We're in the 3rd. That's upstairs. That you could tell was that rise ball. It's 1-2.
It's a tough pitch because out of the hand you may not be able to see it, and before you know it, it's up in the zone.
Soft line drive that certainly has its way with Jeff Babineau, and he looks back at Capobianco, kind of gives a little bit of a head shake, says he's fine. Still 1-2. He's having some fun. Now everybody's ready with a ball and 2 strikes in a 3-0 ball game, and in the 3rd inning. Here it comes. Fouled off. Let's do it again. The Cadets relentless. They will keep the bats moving. I did say lacrosse tomorrow, and I got to tell you exactly who is participating in tomorrow's game. I will. The 1-2. That misses inside, 2-2. St. Anthony's comes across from New York to take on the Darien Blue Wave. That is not on the Darien High School football field tomorrow. It is not. It's on the oval, out in front, the 2-2. Soft line drive. Everybody makes sure they get out of the way of that one, but it did bounce off the fencing, so no harm. It stays 2-2. Looked like it was heading for all of us. However, there is a little bit of a higher fence, and then we're in back of this lower fence right in front of us.
Pretty sure you're the only one who didn't flinch.
2-2. Lifted high and foul, back behind the plate. That'll bounce back behind the plate and beyond the fence. Stays 2-2. I did flinch once in Stamford a week and change ago. We had a ball come right back to the fence, and we were broadcasting on the other side of that fence, so that did make me jump just a little bit. Otherwise, I'm largely in mid-season form here. The 2-2. Does it again, spoils it one more time. Pitch number 10 of the at-bat coming up. When she authors it here. A 2-2 and a 3-0 game. Third inning. Here it comes. Just got it. Rolls it to second. Megan Hyatt throws her out, and the inning comes to an end. However, the Cadets strike for 2 runs on 3 base hits. There were no errors, and they strand 1. 2.5 gone in Ridgefield. 3-0 St. Joseph. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
I'm Denise DiGregoli, the host of The Drive on the HAN Network. Join me Tuesdays for some motivational, intelligent talk with a little humor as we visit with people who live their lives mindfully. Tune in to The Drive live on Tuesdays, 12:30, here on the HAN Network.
To the bottom of the third we go. Gwen Ellis, Mallory Shofie will lead things off for the Ridgefield Tigers. They trail 3-0 as we play here at Ridgefield High School's new softball field. This has been coming along for a while now, and boy, does it look fantastic. The brick dugouts, and again, dugout being not a true term in so many high school fields because they're at grade, they're at field level. You're not actually going down steps into them as you would even in Cooperstown last year, as we saw, and I'm sure it's still a dugout this year. Here's Gwen Ellis to lead things off. Right-handed hitter. Holds the bat high, and Williams brings it home. And she skies it to center. But right in the tracks of Hannah Hutchison, who puts it away, 1 out. A good at-bat for Ellis because she got around on it and certainly put a good swing on it. However, flied it to center for the first out. Here's Mallory Shofie. In the third, 3-0, and Williams brings it home. Misses low and inside, 1-0. So 2 more games on the schedule for the balance of the week, and then we move on to next week. Next week we'll start with some fun, the 1-0. Missed it, late on a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. To the ballpark at Harbor Yard we go on Monday night, the Battle of Fairfield. That is a 5 o'clock start. Fairfield Ward, Fairfield Ludlow.
Looking forward to it.
That'll be fun. Here's the 1-1. Missed it again, 1 ball and 2 strikes. We basically lived there for a part of last May, so it'll be nice to be back at the ballpark.
With last time it was a very eventful ending.
We did have some time there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, bottom of the third. Checked her swing, but it's a called strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Williams, and there are 2 away in the inning. So back to the top of the order, Megan Hyatt. Hyatt 0 for 1. She lined to the pitcher her first time. Williams is that pitcher. And throws a fastball upstairs, 1-0. Of course, as Dan said last year, boy, did we end with one of the great baseball games I've ever had the joy to be a part of. Boy, that was fun. Last year's FCIAC championship game was just a nail-biter. The 1-0. Low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Scoreless between Wilton and Staples. And then finally, in the 8th inning, the Warriors able to scratch for a run. The 2-0. Called strike at the knees, 2-1.
And the question still remains, is JT Morin's arm fully healed from that?
My understanding is he's doing just fine in college. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, 3-0 St. Joseph. And the pitch on the way. Kind of checked her swing, rolls it to second, grabbed there by Erica, who throws her out, and the inning quickly comes to an end. Nothing cooking for the Tigers, 7 in a row, retired by Williams. We're through 3 at Ridgefield High School. 3-0 St. Joseph leading the Tigers. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
For more than 50 years, Triple S has been Fairfield County's expert service for carpet, upholstery, and drapery cleaning. We provide the best in repairs and in-depth restoration, understanding fabrics and how to properly clean and restore them. Our staff will come to your home to clean your wall-to-wall carpet to perfection. We can also pick up your fine carpets and bring them to our facilities. With locations in Norwalk, Stamford, and Stratford, Triple S will get the job done fast, big or small. At Triple S, you can count on our people as well as our cleaning. Find us at triplesclean.com or 203-847-8000.
To inning number 4, Lauren blows, Elena Ball, and Hannah Hutchison due up for the St. Joseph Cadets. Rob Adams, Dan Gardella, our entire crew, Eric Gendron, AJ Simonowski, Tim Murphy, JB Cousins, Josh Fisher, and Marty Hersom on hand at Ridgefield High School today. And of course, we come to Ridgefield where they treat us so well. Carl Charles, the athletic director, even if he hasn't made good on promised swag that we tease him about. On to the 4th we go. Blows leads things off, and it's upstairs 1-0. No, Carl is tremendous to us. And again, so many. All the ADs are fun to work with. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way. That's upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. We can't be bought. I can't root. I can't. 2 balls, no strikes. There's a called strike, the letters, 2-1. But I'm not against wearing a T-shirt or a hat. But I do understand the reporters who won't do such a thing. I do it with tongue firmly planted in cheek. 2 balls, 1 strike. Upstairs, 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Hard to believe this is our first game broadcast of the week. Pitch on the way. On the inside corner, 3-2. The weather has wreaked havoc. Which takes me back to that Nutmeg Sports chat earlier today with Dave Schultz. The 3-2. A called strike 3. The tag applied by Ellis and 1 down. Strikeout number 7 now for Westington.
A good comeback for Westington, coming back from 3-1 to get her looking.
Now Elena Ball up. She struck out her first time. And that created a unique conversation for all of us. Short hopped, 1 ball, no strikes. She struck out on a 2-2 pitch that she swung and missed. However, the ball got away from Ellis on a wild pitch. The 1-0. Upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. With runners at second and third, it created the point of, okay, what do you do with the ball? Of course, you're dealing with a shorter field here. The conventional wisdom is you throw down the first and get the out. She swings and misses. Late there, 2 balls and 1 strike. However, the minute that ball was thrown, Giovanna Hillman sprinted from third, as she should. The throw back to the plate, not in time, and it was a 1-0 game right there. Called strike at the knees, and it's 2-2. And I do tend to agree with you, Dan. It was the right call. You got to make a throw. Get an out. 2-2. A high fly ball to center, starting in now, going back is Fujitani. It's over her head. Rounding first, heading toward second is Ball. Ball heading toward third. The ball retrieved in the outfield, and it's a stand-up triple for Elena Ball. So she stands at third with one out. In the top of the order, Hannah Hutchison due up.
That another thing, back to that question, if you do let her get first, you got the top of the order, bases loaded, one out. That's a tough situation to get out of.
Hutchison singled her first time, then popped out to first. In the meantime, Westington back onto the hill, proverbially, and the pitch low. 1-0. Of course, no hill in softball. There is, however, that white slab, and she toes it right now. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out. She lifts it down the right field line and hooking foul. 1-1.
You could hear a collective grunt come from some coaches' crowd.
The fence down the right field line with the bullpen kind of juts ever so slightly at an angle back out toward the field, so that kind of limits the amount of foul ground down into the right field corner. One and one. Hutchison, left-handed batter, steps back in, waiting on a 1-1 from Westington with a runner off third. That's a ball, missing, outside. 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Ball off third, standing there. Now she brings it home. Pulled to first and right through the wickets of Kelly into right field. Safe at first. Hutchison scoring ball 4-0 St. Joseph. That run unearned. She never got the glove down, did Kelly, so it's the second error committed by the Tigers. But that ball hit hard by Hutchison. Hannah Errico's been on base twice, walked in the first, and an infield single on a bunt in the third, and it was a beauty. Does it again, pops it up. Ellis gives it a sliding try, but it falls harmlessly, no balls and a strike. No balls, one strike with a runner on first. 4-0. Shows bunt again, off first but no advance. 1-1. That gold uniform top with the block style number on the back in maroon, outlined in white. On her horse and down to second goes Hutchison with a stolen base. Jeff Babineau at third base saying, don't let her fake you out. Always slide. 2 balls and a strike. Errico, left-handed batter, bunts, rolls it. It's a foul ball. Grabbed off the line by Rogoff.
But still another great bunt right down that third base line.
You got that kind of confidence. Phew, go to it again if you can. It is not out of the realm of possibility to bunt with 2 strikes. Some do. You got to have confidence in your game. Doesn't do it that time. Off second and giving it a look was Hutchison, but Ellis chases her back. Count runs full. So she steps back in, does Errico, waiting on a 3-2 from Kaylee Westington. Does bunt, rolls it to third, picked up, the throw across, and safe at first. Moving to third, Hutchison. I have to admit, I had a bit of a screen set, so I need a bit of a scoring discussion among my peers, and I am told to hang the E. So second error of the inning committed by Kelly at first, and time called. You can't help, because these are high school students, you can't help when you're only at times, maybe 20 feet away from the player in question, to maybe soften your voice as you're announcing an error committed by that player. They do have hearts, and they are high school students. I do respect that, Dan.
I'm not saying you don't.
Now Nicole Williams hit a 2-run homer her last time. And Westington in trouble here. Pitch misses low and inside, 1-0. In fact, and I don't remember the exact player who said it, but when we left Stamford after the Stanford-Danbury game, I had a fun conversation with some of the Stanford fans. 1 ball, no strikes. That's low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. And one girl, I want to say it was the catcher, I think it was the Stanford catcher, said to me, I shouldn't have, but I spent the whole time listening to you call the game right back behind me, because we were no more than if I was 5 feet from her. Low and inside, 3-0. It's nice to know we're having that kind of fun with everybody. As the dark clouds, shall we say, approach. 3 balls, no strikes. Runners at the corners. A called strike at the knees. And it's 3-1 to Williams, who's 1 for 2.
I mean, who doesn't want to listen to us?
You, yes. Me, no. You're Dan Gardella. First and third, and the pitch misses inside, ball 4. Grabbing second was Erico, but it doesn't matter. She will take second on the walk. And that is the second walk allowed by Kaylee Westington. Now the base is loaded. And 1 out for Melissa Bike. And a courtesy runner will come in here. Courtesy or pinch runner is Julia Basso who will do it. But really, it is a courtesy runner. Because that's what you're doing.
It is a courtesy. It's not a pinch runner. Not like you're trying to. You would like to get speed, but it's mostly just to protect the pitcher and the catcher.
So Basso, the pinch runner here in the 4th. Melissa Bike is 1 for 2, struck out and singled. Big spot here, 4-0 game. Bases loaded and 1 out. And that's low, 1-0. Anyway, we like the fun we're having with so many of the athletes, and we all know they're serious games, and we take them seriously as well, but we're glad you're having just a little bit of fun with us. The 1-0, a called strike on the inside corner, 1-1.
It's what we do here at the HAN Network.
We have fun at the network. 1 ball, 1 strike, bases loaded. Late as she tries to send it down the right field line, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 1 in the inning, looking for more. Low, 2-2.
Good job by Bike watching that go all the way into the glove.
That was my problem. I watched it go all the way into the glove, and then I watched the man behind the plate say strike 3.
Me too. That was my issue.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Upstairs, 3-2. She's got nowhere to put them.
So now do the runners go? No, there's only 1 out still. Wow.
No need to not, or no need to, rather. A 4-0 game, looking for more. Westington brings it home. Rolled down to third, grabbed there, the toss to the plate, safe, and everybody's safe. Bike on, scoring, Hutchison, 5-0 St. Joseph.
Next up,
A fielder's choice, and everybody moves up. Bring up Kaylee Jacoby, who's 0 for 2. Struck out, flied to right.
And that last run was also under earned as Hutchinson reached on an error.
So 2 unearned in the inning. 1 ball, no strikes. 5-0, 4th inning. Inside ball 2.
She's starting to fall behind the St. Joe's hitters, and that is it's a death trap there, because of the aggressiveness of these hitters. You got to throw something down the middle if you're in a 2-0, 3-0 count.
Westington brings it home. It's low and inside. She was embracing her inner Taylor Swift there for a moment as she was shaking it off on the back of the mound. Then a smile toward her shortstop, Sydney DeMarco. They'll get it all figured out and get ready with a 3-0 and no space to put anyone. A fly ball to center. It's going to be a long run. Fujitani and a diving catch from right by Nadell. It'll serve as a sacrifice fly, but what a play by the right fielder who went all out for it, 2 away.
Wow. She just gave the thumbs up. She's okay, but that's going on top 10 tonight.
Scoring is Erico, so the sacrifice fly in a 6-0 game, but my goodness, that was a heck of a play by the right fielder. It'll bring up Giovanna Hellman, the 8th batter of the inning. She's 1 for 2, doubled and scored as well as she struck out and takes a pitch 1-0.
That's what Ridgefield was doing in warm-ups. They were practicing getting dirty, diving for ground balls, diving for fly balls, and it worked. It's actually put into use today.
The 1-0. Short hopped, now grabbed, goes back behind the plate, and Ellis will watch as the runner heads down to second. Two balls, no strikes. 3 more in, it's 6-0. And the pitch. Soft line drive that's going to fall in for a base hit. 2 runs are going to try to score, and they will. The throw down to second, and safe there is Hillman. It's exploded for St. Joseph, 8-0. So Basso scores, as does Bike, and it's an 8-0 game. We'll also have a pinch runner.
Ariana Morton.
So she stands out there.
In fact, she was the one who scored on that controversial or questionable throw from the catcher instead of Hillman.
That is correct. She has scored that 1 run. She's on here to try to score another run. 9th batter of the inning, Caitlin Capabianco takes a called strike on the inside corner, 0-1.
Part of me is hoping we can see the inning extend, but I don't want to have to do the whole score booker's nightmare.
There you go. Just what I'm thinking, the 0-1. Rolled to short, grabbed there by DeMarco, throws across, and the inning comes to an end, mercifully for Ridgefield, as St. Joseph puts up 5 in the inning. They strand 1. There were a couple of errors. We head now on to inning last of the 4th, here in Ridgefield. 8-0 St. Joseph. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
A Better View Window Cleaning Plus has been cleaning glass all over Connecticut for over 20 years. They also specialize in cleaning chandeliers, mirrors, skylights, tiles, and will power wash anything that needs cleaning. They hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and are fully insured and bonded. When you deal with the Better View, you're dealing with the best, not the rest. Call today for a free estimate, 203-284-8836, or visit them online, abetterviewcleaning.com.
You are watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. Nearly 500,000 viewers enjoyed our broadcasts in the first 5 months. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Jessica Murrin, Advertising Director, at 203-273-7312, or email jessica@han.network.
With a guy who's got moves like Jagger, Dan Gardella, I'm Rob Adams. Made you smile the first time I said
it. It did. It put a smile on my face when you referenced Taylor Swift that past inning. So I appreciate the musical puns.
Well, we try to stay as topical as we can. I'm Rob Adams as we move into the bottom of the fourth inning at Ridgefield High School. Ryan Fujitani, Kendall Rogoff, Amanda Kelly due up for the Ridgefield Tigers. They are chasing 8 here as we play in inning number 4. Fujitani 0 for 1, struck out her first time.
Leading off in the fourth inning.
For Nicole Williams, after a long rest, she has retired 7 in a row. She has also struck out 4 of those 7. Rubs the ball on her right hip and brings it home to start the 4th. Runs on the inside corner, 0-1. 8-0 St. Joseph. We're in the 4th. Left-handed batter, Fujitani, a strikeout victim in the first. Watches it go upstairs and away, 1-1. Lacrosse tomorrow, baseball Friday. That's weather permitting. The only way lacrosse gets so much as interrupted is lightning, of course. The 1-1. Nubbed foul. 1-2. Now, of course, if it's a grass field, conditions are unplayable or, roads are flooded. I mean, there are other ways that a game can be interrupted, but the field itself, generally speaking, if it's a turf field, you're playing lacrosse. Pushes it foul down the third base line and past Lauren Graywatts coaching third base, 1-2. No runs on a hit for Ridgefield. That hit was a triple by Kendall Rogoff back in the first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on. Upstairs, Fujitani has watched the count level to 2-2. Sets herself, wide open stance at the plate, cocks the bat high, and then swings and misses. Goes down for strikeout number 6, 1 away.
Next up, the Ridgefield Tigers. Third baseman, Kendall Rogoff.
Kendall Rogoff has the Tigers' only hit. A deep triple to left in the first. And Williams brings it home. Fouled back, 0-1.
I don't think she's going to get any change-ups this at-bat.
For Williams, that was the closest thing to what you might call a large hanging off-speed pitch.
Big old cookie.
Yep. The 0-1 on the way. Here it comes. Swung on and missed at a solid fastball, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Williams, ready, brings it home. Lined foul, bounces around. First base umpire able to recover it. Tosses it back in. Has a quick laugh with Hannah Errico, the second baseman. And it's 0-2. It's an 8-0 game. Bottom of the 4th. Fouls it back again, and boy, that caused some trouble. Something got knocked around.
Oh, boy.
I believe the birdhouse got hit. The camera's there.
Here we go. Come on. Okay, just a little scratched up.
It's still 0-2. It was going to happen. Now the 0-2 coming back. There's that off-speed pitch. But you know what, Dan? She ran it away from Rogoff that time.
She doesn't want it anywhere near the zone, or she will turn on it, as previous evidence has shown.
The 1-2. Lifted foul off third. That'll bounce off the top of the third base dugout. Rogoff having a good battle here with Williams. It's 1-2.
When you watch professional sports, you see the behind-the-plate cam get shattered, but nothing really, just a little bit of a scratch.
Then moved around maybe slightly. But that's about it. The
Still-
1-2. Rolled to second. On comes Erico. The underhand toss, and the inning quickly comes to 2 men out.
And next up for the Ridgefield
2 away
Tigers,
for Amanda Kelly.
7, first baseman Amanda Kelly.
Kelly struck out in the first. Pitch on the way. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes, 2 out. And it's on the way. Low and inside, 2-0. They need to get through 4, and they're on the verge. 2 balls, no strikes. Infield plays in. Kelly fouls that one off.
Oh, on the back end of a car. Nothing direct. Kind of just rolled off the back.
2-1. My insurance company would like to chat with Hannah Hutchison, but that's a whole different discussion. The 2-1 with 2 out. There's that off-speed pitch and a called strike, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, bottom of the 4th, 8-0. St. Joseph leading Ridgefield. Williams ready, brings it home. Fouled back. We'll do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Now the pitch coming. Off-speed pitch lifted, foul. Josh Fisher made a play on it, decided he was not going to dive. It stays at 2-2, but a valid try.
He's wearing a shirt and tie. He doesn't want to get dirty.
I can understand. Let me just say for the record, Ruby would have made the catch. The 2-2. Fastball swung and missed, and the inning comes to an end. 7 strikeouts for Nicole Williams. 3 up, 3 down. She has now retired 10 in a row. After 4 in Ridgefield, St. Joseph 8, Ridgefield nothing. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network. The HAN Network travels all over Fairfield County in our HAN Cruiser, covering news, sports, and entertainment.
And when we do, we make sure that our HAN Network branded floor mats are with us to keep the dust and dirt outside.
These mats get filthy, and there's only one company that can get rid of that kind of dirt.
Triple S, with locations all over Fairfield County. We're just now pulling into their Stanford facility. Rob, let's go see if Steve and Wanda can clean these mats up.
Wanda, Steve, literally thousands of feet have walked across our mats in the last 5 months in wind, rain, mud, more.
Is there any way you could make these mats look like new again?
No problem.
That's what we do here. Come on in.
For more than 50 years, Triple S has been Fairfield County's expert service for carpet, upholstery, and drapery cleaning. We provide the best in repairs and in-depth restoration, understanding fabrics and how to properly clean and restore them. Our staff will come to your home to clean your wall-to-wall carpet to perfection. We can also pick up your fine carpets and bring them to our facilities. With locations in Norwalk, Stanford, and Stratford, Triple S will get the job done fast, big or small. At Triple S, you can count on our people as well as our cleaning. Find us at triplesclean.com or 203-847-8000.
To the 5th inning we go. Rob Adams, Dan Gardella, Ridgefield High School. 8 runs, 6 base hits for the St. Joe's Cadets. No runs, 1 hit. And Trish Bastek will lead things off as a pinch hitter here in the 5th. She'll hit for Lauren Blows. And takes a called strike, 0-1. Right-handed hitter. 0-1. Misses, 1-1.
I think so. It was fine a second ago. It's right.
1-1. She swings and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Our birdhouse cam still here, but a hair out of sorts at the moment. The 1-2. Swung and missed. Held on to, in fact, behind the plate. And there's 1 out. That is strikeout number 8 for Kaylee Westington. 1 away for Elena Ball. 1-0. There are those who liked the Shake It Off reference, by the way, Dan Gardella.
Along with me.
That misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. 1 out. 8-0. Westington brings it home. Swings and misses. 2-1. We work in the music references wherever we can, within reason. Don't want to overplay the hand.
No, overplay it gets kind of loses the effect.
The 2-1. Fouled back. 2-2. Overplayed, it becomes like Kelly Clarkson. Oh, see what I did there?
Oh, no.
Or
another one bites the dust.
Or Hotel California, whatever. The 2-2 with 1 out. Low and inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I may be young, but I know the classics.
Yes, you do. I appreciate that. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 8-0. That's a called strike. And it's strikeout number 9 for Westington. 2 away. Back to the top of the order in Hannah Hutchison. In some cases, you make the references to see who's really listening. Fouled off. Third base side. 0-1.
My mother being one of them.
Right. And then your phone will buzz and you'll nudge me. Or my phone will buzz and I'll say, oh, yep, okay, they're listening.
Just a little checkup.
That's all. Hutchison has been on base twice. She swings, saw a fly ball that's going to drop into center field for a base hit. Grabbed in the outfield by Fujitani, who's doing something that I wasn't aware you could actually do. A 2-out hit. Hannah Errico, now the hitter, hit number 7 for the Cadets. I didn't know you could wear a jacket into the field.
I didn't think so either. I thought you had to have it. You probably could wear it, but just under your uniform. You had to have it showing.
Pitch to Errico's a called strike. No advance by Hutchison at first. 0-1. Is this just, are the umpires either missing that or is it something they agreed upon? I'm absolutely fascinated by that. No balls and a strike with a runner off first in an 8-0 game. Pushed foul. Quickly 0-2. That is a question I would like to get answered. No balls, 2 strikes. 8-0, 5th inning. Hutchison off first, and the pitch. It's a called strike, and the inning comes to an end. 10 strikeouts for Westington, inning over. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. We move on to the bottom of the 5th inning in Ridgefield. 8-0 St. Joe's leading the Tigers. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Do you need help reaching or maintaining your fitness goals? For over 20 years, Mike Pernice has tailored his time and expertise to clients on both coasts whose schedules demand flexibility and accountability. Mike is a certified lifestyle manager and has been called upon to help his clients eliminate negative behaviors such as coping with stress, improving their time management, setting realistic life goals, and cutting down compulsive behavior. If you're ready to start working toward a more energetic, productive, and healthier you, call Mike Pernice.
Can't wait for it to get warmer so you can start fishing again? Get over to the Dock Shop, where they have the latest in fishing tackle, marine electronics, boating supplies, and more. But remember, the Dock Shop isn't your average tackle shop. You'll also find the finest selection of nautical apparel, jewelry, home decor, and gifts in New England. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, DocShop.com.
For over 25 years, Mike Cizik Painting and Wallpapering has been the name to know for residential and commercial properties in Fairfield County. He uses only the top brands, including Benjamin Moore, for impeccable preparation and lasting quality. Call Mike now and receive $500 off any job over $7,000. Mike is currently accepting reservations for spring, so call him today at 203-770-8869 or 203-972-3310. For your custom painting, finishing, and staining needs, it's Mike Cizik.
On to the bottom of the fifth inning we go. Sydney DeMarco will lead things off, followed by Kylie Formazano and Kaylee Westington. Rob Adams, Dan Gardella, the rest of our crew. Ridgefield High School, 8-0, last of the fifth.
Defensive change for St. Joe's. Trish Bastek, who pinch hit for Lauren Bloss, is now taking over in left field.
And the pitch on the way, short hop 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes.
Here we go.
Williams back to the mound and ready with a 1-0. Fouled back. 1-1. Raindrops lightly falling in Ridgefield. Not enough to cause havoc yet. But the 1-1 pitch is on the way. Nobody on, fifth inning. A fly ball to right, starting in, now going back is Capobianco, who camps under it and puts it away, 1 out. 1 away for Kylie Formazano, 0 for 1. If the last name Formazano rings a bell, of course, the Formazanos, we worked with a Formazano to help set up a big interview. A big interview. I'll try to explain. Pitch on the way. That's a called strike, 0-1.
Back to the jacket discussion. Actually, my mom had she coached for Little League for years. Said you have to get permission from the ump, and it is agreed upon at the start of the game.
Then there you go. The 0-1 pitch on the way with 2 outs. Swings and 1 out. I beg your pardon. Swings and misses. Quickly 0-2.
So there is the answer to that.
We dealt with Anthony Formazano right here in Ridgefield last fall, and he helped set up one of the big interviews we've ever had on the HAN network due to his involvement with a car dealership in New York. The 0-2 is a called strike 3, and she goes quickly down on strikes. 8 strikeouts now for Nicole Williams. 2 down. It'll bring up Kaylee Westington. And the way Williams is pitching, I better get to the bottom line of the story. Remember an interview with a guy named Mariano Rivera? That's how that came to be. At Rivera Toyota in Mount Kisco last year, Westington swings and misses, 0-1. It is in our archive if you have never seen it. The great number 42 and I spoke for about 13 minutes here on the HAN network. 8-0 game. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Often caught myself watching that over and over. Just a cool thing. I mean, getting to talk to one of the greats in the major leagues. I mean,
1-1. That off-speed pitch misses. 2-1. A very clear first ballot Hall of Famer. I really don't think we'll ever see anyone go in, with a perfect vote total. But Mariano's going to come very close. The 2-1. Fouled off. 2-2. One thing that Mariano has against him is that he's a relief pitcher, and there are still those voters who are anti-relief pitcher, which just seems, that's like not voting for kickers in the NFL for the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
It's still a job that has to be done.
The 2-2 in an 8-0 game. On the inside corner, a called strike 3. She has struck out 9. Certainly you couldn't help but vote for Ray Guy to make the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and Mariano will be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 6th inning now. 8-0 St. Joseph on top of Ridgefield. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN network.
Had a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or go to coastalorthoexpress.com. That's coastalorthoexpress.com. Like them on Facebook.
I'm Kate Czaplinski. Join us for Coffee Break weekdays at 11 to get the latest Connecticut news, weather, high school sports, and more. News doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break on the HAN Network.
When it comes to local entertainment, we've got it all.
From movies, local artists, etiquette, and more.
Watch HAN Arts and Leisure every Thursday at 2 on the HAN Network.
Raindrops not exactly falling on our heads, but falling on many here at Ridgefield High School. Rob and Dan and the rest of the crew, they're certainly falling on J.B. Cousins and Tim Murphy running cameras in the first base bleachers. To the 6th inning. And Williams takes a called strike, 0-1. She has struck out 9, has Nicole Williams, and she has allowed 1 base hit. She swings and drives it to right center field, high and deep. It's going to head back toward the fence. Doesn't quite get there. She rounds second, heads toward third. The relay throw will be cut off. She's got a leadoff triple. She's been on base 3 times now. Homered, walked, and now a triple.
She's got 2/3 of, she's got half of the cycle and the 2 toughest things, even though it is the 6th inning.
And the pinch runner, Julia Basso, will come right back in for her. She scored Williams' run in the 4th. Melissa Bike struck out, singled, stole a base, also reached on a fielder's choice and has scored a run. Run number 9 standing at first base. We're in the 6th. And we mentioned Ryan Fujitani playing center field with a jacket on. That's low and inside. Gets away. Here's the toss to the plate. They've got her off third. Basso chased back. The throw. She is out. So they cut her down, and there's 1 away. 3 Tigers in total now are in jackets or sweatshirts. That misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Kelly right here at first with a jacket on, and Mallory Shofi out in left. Just a point of interest. The 2-0. Low, 3 balls and no strikes. Raindrops fall harder now in Ridgefield. This field right at the very entrance to Tiger Hollow, that long driveway that will lead you down there. This is roped in the left center field. It's a base hit. Grabbed out there by Shofi, rounding first on to second with a stand-up double is Bike.
A thing that shows that St. Joe's is aggressive up there, that is the 2nd time where a batter for St. Joe's has swung on a 3-0 count. Giacobbe did it on the sacrifice fly, and now Melissa Bike ropes one in the left center.
Here's Kayla Giacobbe. Struck out, flied to right, then a sacrifice fly to right, but a great catch in right by Jacqueline Nadell. She swings and fouls it off, 0-1. $8-0 the score. Top of the 6th in Ridgefield. No balls and a strike, 1 out. Runner off second. And the pitch on the way, low. 1-1. Back with you tomorrow for lacrosse at Darien High School. Darien and St. Anthony's, 4 o'clock here on the HAN Network. Lifted foul and out of play. It's 1-2. Some excitable kids running around and having some fun here as they go to grab the loose ball.
Although they must return them.
That is true. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Rolls it to second. Charging in Hyatt. She'll make the play. On to third goes Bike. 2 away.
Next up, Giovanna Hillman.
Now Giovanna Hillman, who doubled and scored, struck out and singled and drove in 2. Right-handed hitter is Hillman. She swings and fouls it off, 0-1. Due up in the last of the 6 will be Ellis, Shofi, and Hyatt. As Ridgefield tries to get some offense going in an 8-0 ball game and a runner waiting at third here. The 0-1. Bounced to the left side, grabbed it short, but it'll be an RBI infield single for Hillman. Scoring is Bike. It's 9-0. Pulled it to the left side. Nice play by DeMarco going to her right. Went down to a knee to play it. But in reality, in softball, especially on such a shorter field, you make that play, Dan, you got to make the throw of throws to get the runner. And there was no way.
You got to, as soon as you get on the ground, you got to pop right back up and throw, because it's awfully tough with 60-foot bases to make a play going away from first base, getting up, and then throwing a strike to first.
Courtney Holden is now going to hit for Capobianco. Right-handed hitter. Holds the bat high, and she swings and bounces it through the left side. It's a pinch hit and a single for Courtney Holden. Stopping at second is Hillman. 2 on and 2 out. She attacked that first pitch. Bounced it through the left side and then kind of snow-coned by Shofi out and left in the way she kind of watched that bounce fortuitously jump up into her glove.
For the most part, it looks fairly smooth out there, but there could be a couple bounces here and there.
Just sometimes hit the lip of the infield. This is rolled to second, and a nice play by Hyatt to throw Trish Bastick out. The inning does come to an end for St. Joseph. They get 1 more run on 4 base hits. There were no errors and 2 stranded. The Cadets have left 8 on base. Let's go on now to the last of the 6th inning in Ridgefield. 9-0 St. Joseph leading the Tigers. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking, to a partner that makes small businesses feel big, where community comes first, where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver, where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well. With the 24-month Bank Well Smart CD, you can earn 1.25% APY and raise your rate and add to your CD.
What's happening up in Hartford and what's trending in the Nutmeg State?
Join Kate Chaplinsky
And Josh Fisher
on CT Pulse live Wednesdays at 12:30 to find out.
We talk to the leaders and newsmakers while breaking down the stories you should be paying attention to each week.
With the help of HAN's editorial cartoonist Doug Smith, we take a humorous look at the news of the week. We talk about everything you were told you should avoid bringing up in polite company.
CT Pulse, Wednesdays at 12:30 on the HAN Network.
Bottom of the 6th inning at Ridgefield High School. Gwen Ellis, Mallory Shofi, and Megan Hyatt due up for the Ridgefield Tigers. They trail the St. Joseph Cadets 9-0 on this now rainy and gloomy Wednesday afternoon. Rob Adams, Dan Gardella. Our thanks to Carl Charles and everybody at Ridgefield High School, of course, for the warm welcome as always. But the rain falling here. Nice place, though, they have here. They've got the PA system on. Sounds great. The music not overpowering, but just on and certainly entertaining, and the players were able to warm up to it. And forgive me if I sound like the old man when I say this, and I probably am. Sometimes we go to these various places, and the music's so loud for the warm-up, you can hardly hear the person standing next to you, and that we know it's not about us, it's not about the fans for that matter. It's about the players on the field. This was a little more quiet here today.
I like it, kind of not peaceful, but just kind of loud enough without being too ear-blaring.
Ellis will lead things off.
Hey, go ahead. What do you say? Go ahead.
Ellis will lead things off. She's 0 for 1. I have to make a technical statement. Not something I wanted to make too much about, but I will make it after this. She swings and misses. 0-1. We did ultimately lose the camera behind the plate. Not that it's damaged or anything, just a little hard to repair during the between inning breaks. So we're down to 2 cameras, but still serving up a pretty fine broadcast, I'd like to say. A called strike, and quickly 0-2. Williams has been brilliant. And ready to bring home an 0-2 with nobody out, bottom of the 6th. Here it comes. Swung on and missed at a high pitch, and she goes down on strikes, 1 away. So 1 out and 10 strikeouts now for Nicole Williams.
Left fielder,
Mallory Shofie struck out in the 3rd. Right-handed hitter holds the bat right on her right shoulder, now cocks it and watches a called strike fly by, 0-1. 9-0 St. Joseph. Williams back to the mound and ready with an 0-1. Here it comes. Shows bunt, does bunt, rolls it, deadens it, on her way to first, and the throw in time.
Well done.
And nice, a fine play.
Nice play by Bike, adjusting on the fly, running up there, grabbing good communication as she, as Erica knew to cover first on the bunt.
3-4 on the putout and 2 away. We go back to the top of the order, and Megan Hyde, had the soft liner to first in the 1st and grounded to 2nd in the 3rd. Went to check her swing, decided to watch it go by on the changeup. It's a called strike, 0-1. Last of the 6th. Ridgefield 9-4 overall coming into the game. And the 0-1 from Williams. Fouled off, 0-2. Plenty of room in left center field. Figuring they're all going to be late on the fastball. Hutchison plays really in right center. Bastick cheating in left. Swings and misses at the changeup, and strikeout number 11 for Nicole Williams. Side retired, 0 across. We go to the 7th inning, 9-0. St. Joseph leading Ridgefield. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
I think what makes ONS special is that it has everything that makes academic medicine great. We have the fellowship-trained specialists, but we still bring the style and type of medicine that's indicative of a community practice.
We are all trained in our area of interest and expertise, so our patients see a doctor who specializes in their particular injury.
I did have 2 consults with major New York City hospitals, but I just felt that the care was best here. I was treated like a rock star. The surgery exceeded any expectations that I had.
Hi, I'm Rob Adams with my good friend Donald Eng, and we're the home team for Nutmeg Sports, Monday through Wednesday at 2 o'clock right here on the HAN Network. We are the place for all things Connecticut sports, so come hang out with us on Nutmeg Sports. Don? They don't call him the best color man in the game for nothing. Nutmeg Sports, 2 o'clock, Monday through Wednesday, right here on the HAN Network.
Spinning right round as we go to the 7th inning. The sounds of Dead or Alive, circa 1985 on the in-house system. And A.J. Simonowski and Dan Gardella wanting to cause harm to the play-by-play announcer. To the 7th inning we go. Elena Ball, Hannah Hutchison, Hannah Errico due up for the St. Joseph Cadets. They have 9 runs and 11 hits. And they are on the verge of being 12-1 on the year.
Now, I never said I wished any harm. That was just AJ. I just
That's very
volunteered to take over the broadcast if, say, something happened, courtesy of AJ Simonowski.
Oh, boy. Ball, 1 for 3. Checks her swing. It goes by 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Westington brings it home. It's a called strike, 1-1. Goes back to the screen. 2 balls and 1 strike. For the Tigers in the bottom of the 7th, it'll be Fujitani, Rogoff, and Kelly. 1 blemish on the Nicole Williams resume. A first inning triple by Rogoff. Bounce to the left side and through. That's a base hit. Grabbed in left field by Shofi. It's a leadoff hit for Ball. Hit number 12 for the Cadets, and back to the top of the order for Hannah Hutchison. Singled in the first, popped foul off first in the second, reached on an error and scored a run in the 4th, and singled in the 5th. That is a busy day for the left-handed batter. And Westington ready to deal with her.
Rarely do you see a 5th at-bat in a 7-inning game.
In a 9-0 game, and she sends it to left, starting back now, twisting around to make the catch is Shofi. Holding on at first is Ball. 1 out.
Next up, Hannah Errico.
1 away for Hannah Errico. Walked in the first, singled, a bunt single in the 3rd, reached on an error in the 4th, and struck out in the 5th. She scored twice. Takes the pitch upstairs. Everybody charging in to deal with her, as she is more than willing to bunt. 1 ball, no strikes. Westington leans in, brings it home. Runner goes, and the runner will take second as charging in was Fujitani. That would have been, had that been successful, that would have been a caught-stealing 2-8.
See, I've never seen something like that. I've never seen a center fielder charge to cover second since Little League.
But she did, and did a good job at least getting there. 2 balls, no strikes to Errico, who does show bunt, but it's upstairs 3-0.
A little more mustard on the throw would have been close.
7th inning. 9-0. Rain's still dripping, but not as heavy, and it's ball 4. So 2 on and 1 out. And that, by my eye, is the 3rd walk allowed today by Westington. It'll bring up Nicole Williams, who struck out in the 1st, hit a 2-run homer in the 3rd, walked in the 4th, and tripled in the 6th. Takes a pitch inside, fastball 1-0. Was raining heavier, has backed down a bit. 1 ball, no strikes, runners off first and second, 9-0 St. Joseph, and a line drive to center field that goes right into the glove of Fujitani, who will get it back in, and 2 out. She hit it about as well as you can, but lined it right to the center fielder.
It was the triple and the home run that gave Ridgefield the thought of, she might hit it hard.
2 on and 2 out for Melissa Bike now. She struck out in the 1st, singled and stole a base in the 3rd, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th, and doubled in the 6th. Also scored twice, 1-0. For Williams, back to the dugout to ponder dealing with the last of the 7th inning. Fujitani will be the first one to face her. The 1-0. Misses, 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls, no strikes, 2 out, 7th inning. Misses low, 3-0. 9 runs, 12 hits for St. Joseph. They played errorless baseball. No runs on a hit for Ridgefield. A called strike, 3-1. They have committed 3 errors. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners off first and second. Top of the 7th, 9-0 St. Joseph. And a fly ball, high fly ball on the outfield grass. Fujitani has it bounce right off her and roll away. A run will score on the E8. That is the 4th error of the afternoon. No RBI. Staying at first is Bike. Fujitani okay. She walks right back out to the outfield. However, Westington's taking a look to make sure she is okay.
Kind of looked like it hit her right in the stomach area, and she tried to go for the basket catch.
Next up, Kayla.
The run scores to make it 10-0. Erico to third. On at first is Bike. It'll bring up Kayla Jacoby. All conversations on the mound over. Jacoby struck out, flied to right, a sac fly to right, and then grounded to second. 10-0 now. And the pitch on the way. A called strike, 0-1. Giovanna Hillman on deck. Runners at the corners, 2 out. Line drive and through, a base hit. Scoring Erico to second goes Bike. Jacoby an RBI. It's 11-0. And Giovanna Hillman due up. Hillman doubled and scored. Struck out, singled, and singled. She's also driven in 3. 2 in the inning so far, 11-0 St. Joseph. And Westington brings it home, a called strike, 0-1. In the last of the 7th, it'll be Fujitani, Rogoff, and Kelly. As Nicole Williams tries to finish on a 1-hitter. Up and away, gets away, runners will move up. So now second and third. That was a wild pitch. One ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Short hopped, gets back away from Ellis, but no advance from anyone. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 out. 2 in, 11-0 St. Joseph. And the 2-1. Swings and misses, 2-2. Westington, who's well over 150 pitches by now, is ready with a 2-2. And brings it. Called strike 3, and the inning comes to an end. That is her 11th strikeout on the afternoon. However, St. Joseph strikes for 2 more. They also leave 2 more. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning in Ridgefield. St. Joseph 11, Ridgefield 0. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your time-saving local shopping destination for the best of spring. Find many of your favorite products, from great specials on everyday items to the freshest organic produce, artisanal cheeses, and grass-fed steaks. Chop off your knives to be sharpened. Grab a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers and stop in next door for a wine tasting. Plus, their personable staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. So stop in to Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street today, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
To the bottom of the 7th we go. Ryan Fujitani, Kendall Rogoff, Amanda Kelly, Rob Adams, Dan Gardella here at Ridgefield High School on a chilly May day. We're trying to convince ourselves it is May, but not convinced. Incidentally, because we have heard the outrage from time to time, I will not be in with the outrage over 167 pitches by Kaylee Westington. She threw hard all day. It's softball. And I mean no offense when I say that. It is an underhand natural pitching motion. She's not throwing curveballs, Dan.
She's not, but I mean that wears you. 167 pitches, different locations, having to match that. It's tough, and she did well. She struck out 11. I mean,
yeah, I have respect for her. I thought she pitched overall.
It was just a lot of different factors. A couple hits here and there, a couple misplayed balls, and an 11-0 lead for the Cadets.
Center fielder Ryan Fujitani.
Ryan Fujitani will lead things off. She struck out twice. Williams has struck out 10, and she starts the 7th. In at third is Holden. Pitch on the way. Shows bunt, takes a called strike, 0-1. With the raindrops falling, our postgame will be short and rather sweet. The 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2. This will be pitch number 76 of the afternoon for Williams.
Very efficient, very, very efficient today.
Who brings home the 0-2. Fouled down the third baseline, no harm. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again, right on to the fence. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, 7th inning. Williams brings it home. Swung on and missed, and a strikeout number 11. Make it 12, I beg your pardon. 1 down for Kendall Rogoff, who is the blemish on the afternoon for Nicole Williams. A long triple back in the first. Williams rocks, brings it home. Rolls it through the right side. Played out and right, but it is hit number 2 on the afternoon for the Tigers. And it'll bring up Amanda Kelly, who has struck out twice.
Another defensive change we failed to realize is Ariana Morton has taken over in right field for Elena Ball.
So here's Kelly. Struck out in the first, struck out in the 4th.
See, now we don't have to worry about what if.
I was laughing off the air with my colleagues saying if not for the triple, it would be call your friends time. Pitch on the way. That's upstairs, 1-0. We do have 1 no-hitter in the history of the HAN network. Happened in softball last year.
I remember listening. The state semifinals.
State semifinals, that is correct, at DeLuca, the 1-0. Fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I believe the game before.
It was Holland Oxford.
And then following, the Cadets clinched their spot in the championship.
I believe there was a young lady in that ball game. The 1-1 pitch bounced foul, who homered, if I recall. May share a last name with my broadcast partner.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, you know.
I think I texted you after it was hit.
We were exchanging texts. she comes home to explain that.
The 1-2 swings and misses. goes down on strikes for strikeout number 13. Go ahead, Dan.
She comes home to explain that in her entire at-bat, you were not talking about her, but me.
Well, please tell your sister to forgive me. 2 down, 13 strikeouts. Now Sydney DeMarco. She's 0 for 2. And the last hope for the Tigers here in an 11-0 ball game. She swings, grounded to third. Holden fires across, and the ball game is over. Another outstanding performance by Nicole Williams, and this one in the books. Here in the 7th for Ridgefield, they do get 1 base hit, and they strand that runner. And Dan, you and I can kind of wrap things up right here with the final score, 11-0.
It was the score is kind of deceiving. It was a well-played game for both sides. Williams absolutely dominant today. 2 hits, 12 strikeouts. I believe 13, I believe.
13 in the end.
And Washington wasn't that bad either. 11 strikeouts. Just the defense, couple errors that led to some unearned runs. And St. Joe's hitting the ball extremely well. So, in conclusion, it wasn't too bad.
No, overall, it wasn't too bad, but the scoreboard is going to reflect it a lot differently for the Tigers, at least, with St. Joe's getting this win 11-0. And, again, as we kind of wrap up quickly here, good job certainly by the Cadets. And, look, Nicole Williams does what Nicole Williams does.
She was just great. I mean, she made that one mistake with her changeup early in the game, but since then she started to gain the confidence back there and was able to mix it perfectly with her fastball and a couple other off-speed pitches that went pretty well.
Totals on the ball game for St. Joseph, 11 runs on 13 hits. They committed no errors and stranded 10. For the Ridgefield Tigers, no runs on 2 base hits. They committed 4 errors and they stranded 2. The winning pitcher, Williams, Westington takes the loss in a game that took 1 hour and 59 minutes. And that'll do it from Ridgefield High School. The final score, St. Joseph 11 and Ridgefield nothing. We're back with you tomorrow, of course, for lacrosse as St. Anthony's takes on the Darien Blue Wave, 4 o'clock at Darien High School on the oval, not at the football field, out in front of the high school at Darien. Coffee break tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, as well as Yankee Fishermen and Arts and Leisure for your Thursday docket. For our entire crew here at Ridgefield High School, Marty Hersom, Josh Fisher, JB Cousins, Tim Murphy, AJ Simonowski, Eric Gendron, Dan Gardella, I'm Rob Adams. The St. Joe's Cadets improved to 12-1 on the year, 10-0 in the FCIAC, while Ridgefield drops to 9-5, 6-4. The final score, St. Joseph 11, Ridgefield nothing. You've been watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network. Stay dry. Good night from Ridgefield High School.